quarters.
We've watched Iguodala play great basketball. He has 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And for Jimmy Butler, so much improvement over his young career, especially as a shooter. His rookie year, he shot just 18% from three. Last season, he shot 38% from there.
Chicago with the ball. It's deflected. It's stolen by Bogut. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Thompson. 10 points for Steph Curry.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels. Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Green dishes to Barnes. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. You know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired that and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
McDermott with it. Guarded now by Andrew Bogut. That'll go on McDermott. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut.
Talking about Dunleavy, well, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board matches up since then. And that's over a decade later.
Here's Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 9 assists now tonight.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. And getting back to Dunleavy's consistency here in his later years, he's one of those guys who has really ramped up the nutrition. He's hitting the weight room. I could make the case that he was a tougher, better player last year, especially on defense, than at any other time in his career.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Well, I tell you what, getting out in transition has really been a big part of this run they're on now.
And the best way to pile up points in a hurry, just run and get your buckets before the defense can get set.
Portis, he's checked in for Taj Gibson. Golden State also making some changes. Barbosa comes in for Thompson, and it's Livingston in for Curry. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Barnes. Livingston passes to Spates. Barbosa against Noah. Barbosa kicks to Spates. And the layup's good off the glass. Spates has got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Can they get it? And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time, so look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
Here's Brooks, and the rejection by Ezeli. Iguodala kicks to Barbosa. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Passes it to Livingston. Holiday brings the double team. Golden State moving it around. That's good.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Ezeli's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Iguodala with the steal. And it's the Warriors on the break. Barbosa's shot is off.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot. Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
Green, the screen, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Oh, an illegal screen there. One of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it, and you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Pau Gasol has checked in for Portis. Dunleavy comes in for McDermott. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. He took good advantage of that screen. Green's got 5 points so far.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of
my
UNLV, no
goodness.
doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
The Warriors shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Good on the second free throw. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back, late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws, a testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke. How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look. Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. And he's good on the second. Golden State's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. The drive by Green kicks it out to Iguodala. All alone. And it's Golden State with another. Now here's Butler. He's covered closely. No good.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And for the Warriors, they're shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting at all cylinders. Snell is the 3 with Gibson at the 4. Then there's Etuan Moore. Then there's Noah. And it's Holiday in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the Bulls making a change here. Portis is checked in. Spates sets a screen. Pass to Bogut. Barbosa with it. Spates with a screen on Holiday. Barbosa dishes to Spates. That is good. Spates has got 4 points now in the quarter.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Rush with the steal. Clark. There's the bucket. Good. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
There's the feed to Moore. Tries to keep it alive. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
And the Warriors making a change here. Azili's checked in. Here's the screen. Shot's good by Gibson.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And Spates gets it to go.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball. Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Brooks checked in for Chicago. And the Warriors also making a change. Livingston's checked in.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Portis. And that one hits back iron.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that. They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Rush. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Livingston kicks to Spates. Another shot. Here's Azili. Pass to Barbosa. The dish to Spates. Golden State moving it around. And he gets the bucket.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here is Livingston. Brooks covering. Spates sets a screen. Barbosa against Moore. To the paint. Here's Livingston. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Livingston's got 4 this quarter.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
It's Rush outside. And another 3 for Golden State.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth, here we go.
Here's Azili. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Just watching Festus Ezeli out of Vanderbilt play. He's got the big body inside, moves pretty fluidly, adroit, good footwork. He's kind of got the whole package.
Yeah, he does. He's a space eater. He's very strong, physically good frame. He's a load down there, and what you said, the fact that he's fairly agile, makes him tough.
Chicago making some changes. Noah comes in for Taj Gibson, and McDermott subbed in for Justin Holiday.